close, the world too wide, a ghost unseen, passing time. She crossed the line from dark to seen, a spark against the dark inside. From the silence, a signal rose through the static. 1,000 souls, we are the lost, the strange, the seen, united by the screen between. Raise your voice, you're not alone in these pixels. We found a days turn years, encoded skies. Every stream a thread of trust. Names became more than a chat. Hearts behind each avatar. She learned that strength is letting show the cracks where hidden lights can glow. From the silence, a signal rose through the static. 1,000 souls, we are the lost, the strange, the seen, united by the screen between. Raise your voice, you're not alone in these pixels. We found a to the outcast, the quiet mind. To the ones who never fit the lines. You are more than what they said, more than voices in your From the silence, a signal rose. Now a storm of beating souls. We are the lost, the strange, the seen, no longer trapped in between. Raise your voice, let it be known. Every scream's a stepping stone. So if you're lonely, weird, unheard, step through the dark, take one small step. You might just build a promised land.
Hello. Don't mind that. How's everyone doing? Hey Miguel, hey Grim, how you guys doing? Welcome to our Saturday drama commentary stream. I thought we could go through the Johhny Somali case. I am not super familiar with it, so I'm gonna be watching all this for the first time, but seems like some of you might already be familiar. That's good, because then I can get some feedback on what your thoughts are on the matter. It seems like another content creator got himself in trouble overseas, doing things in a culture that they're not familiar with. Last time we discussed a content creator doing something similar, it was Vitaly, who got in trouble for like, what was it? 9 months, something like that? He did the prison that he was in though didn't seem to be that bad, but still, he didn't get to do whatever he wanted. Hey Andrea, good to see you. Let's get straight into it. So there's a lot from Legal Mindset. I feel like Legal Mindset, the YouTube channel, has been following this case for a long time. I wanted a video that was before the latest sentences, so we found one from 11 days ago. Let's see what the situation was back then. I feel like this thing has been going on for months, and he's finally actually found out what he's going to have to deal with for the next maybe year. I think maybe a year in prison, gonna be crazy. Let's get it. Let's see it.
Somali, aka Ramzi Khalid Ismail, is going to be sentenced on April 15th. And today we're going to go over the evidence that we submitted, myself, the Somali conviction team.
Yeah, because someone was saying that Legal Mindset was actually like following the case step by step. So yeah, that makes sense. I can see it.
Team, as we call them, and show you guys the case we built against Somali and the points that we think matter right now in the sentencing of Ramzi Khalid Ismail in Seoul, South Korea. This is, of course, Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney, who's been covering this case from the beginning. This will be a little bit longer as we're going to go over a lot of the details, the logic, and some of the supporting evidence we submitted in this case. And this is something we started submitting back on April 1st of 2025. That's right. This time last year,
holy crap,
the evidence was in. We did that because we wanted the judge and the prosecutor to be considering a lot of this evidence and a lot of this wrongdoing, a lot of the thought of Johhny Somali as they pursued their litigation strategy, as they pursued their recommended sentence, which was 3 years by the prosecutor.
You think Korea actually kept in mind what he had to say about it? Because he's kind of like presenting it that way, isn't he?
In February, and we wanted to make sure that was in timely before Johhny Somali did any sort of apology or settlement or anything else. And we correctly predicted in our submission that he would attempt those things, which he has now attempted. He attempted a settlement with Youngman, a Korean streamer of which he had a deepfake charge. And then he also attempted to send a letter of apology after the formal trial was over in February. So you can see the actual USB submitted there, the documents that were submitted there in Korean back in April of last year. What is this about? Well, really in South Korea, in the South Korean criminal justice system, it is very important to have reflection, remorse, and reconciliation. So the offender's remorse or lack thereof.
This is a guy that gives like the legal side of a lot of the arguments and conflicts online. And in this case, he has been covering the Johhny Somali case since the very beginning.
Heavily influences prosecutions, sentencing, and the overall approach to justice.
Johhny Somali, however, if that's who you're asking who that is, I am not familiar, but it is a major content creator. I think perhaps on Kick.
So if you can look,
he's got those Kick vibes, you know what I mean?
At Johhny Somali's level of remorse, you can see it is 0. We actually have here a clip of Johhny Somali talking about the exact level of remorse he has.
My question is basically to Johhny, what I would like to know is if he has any regrets for what he has been doing over the past few years, especially what's been going on in South Korea.
Zero regrets, zero remorse.
So you have 0 remorse for what you've done.
Tell me what I've done. Tell me what I've done that I should be remorseful for, C42. Tell me.
You haven't watched your own videos and all the other shit that you've done over the couple of years. You haven't seen anything. You haven't watched anything.
No, whenever I see clips of it, I laugh my ass off. It's funny.
So Johhny Somali has 0 remorse. That's the words of Johhny Somali. So what impact does that have on the sentencing? Well, a defendant's genuine remorse and efforts to reconcile with the victims are crucial mitigating factors when determining punishment. Courts consider the level of submission, i.e. the letters of reflection, as evidence of repentance, which can lead to reduced or suspended sentence. A shift towards sincerity. So in Korean law, it recognizes crimes where if the victim reconciles with the offender and explicitly states that they do not wish for punishment, the case can be dropped. Korean courts scrutinize apology letters closely to distinguish between sincere repentance and empty gestures, particularly in sex offenses, to prevent misuse. So in this case, Ramzi said, March 2025, just like you heard, 0 remorse, 0 regrets. Tell me what I have done that I should be remorseful for. February 2026, he says, I'm uploading the old videos so people can watch it and be like, this guy is annoying, but he didn't really do anything. He's chimping out. But who did he harm? Like, there's no damage. February 27, 2026, he goes into court and says, I sincerely apologize for my actions in Korea. I expressed remorse for the incident for which I was charged. I did not realize how serious the consequences of these actions, which would not be considered criminal in the United States, could be in Korea. March 17th, Ramsey submits his first and only letter of reflection post-trial. The trial, as in the case in chief, is done. The submission of evidence should have already been done. It's only waiting on the sentencing at that point. Super late submission there. And you can see that, compared to Korean streamer Youngman, who submitted 7 letters of reflection during trial and 1 post-trial. Johhny had zero from the time his trial began in March of last year, 2025, until it ended, the case in chief, in February 27, 2026. He submitted none. He only submitted it after, while he's waiting for sentencing. That's completely abnormal and doesn't show sincere reflection. Now let's talk about a suspended sentence. Now, Johhny Somali indeed knows what a suspended sentence is. In fact, he's made comments about a suspended sentence and how he desires for.
I'm sorry, but this also means that whoever was representing him did a terrible job, right? Because if he could have sent in many letters and he didn't, only when the time was already pretty much over, like, that's your representation that's like lacking.
For a suspended sentence and wants to get a suspended sentence, right? But what he doesn't know is suspended sentences are not something that is just thrown out willy-nilly in Korea. It's not something that's very easy to get, that just you can get no matter what. There are certain conditions which the judge may decide upon a suspended sentence. And if they're convicted, but the prison sentence is not served immediately, the defendant doesn't go to court unless he is convicted of another crime within the set period, i.e. 2 years. So the conditions are the sentence to imprisonment with or without labor of 3 years or less. So in this case, yes, that one would apply, right? The sentence was not more than 3 years. So technically he can still get this. But what else? First time offense. Okay. Johhny's first time offense, technically, although he's got more than one charge. The last 3 are the problem. Sincere remorse. That has not been expressed at all whatsoever. Victim does not want punishment as a result of the settlement. That's not true. The victims, in fact, have submitted letters saying they want extreme punishment, that they really want punishment.
Oh, wow, okay.
Here. And last is understandable motive. In this case, Johhny Somali's motive has been absolutely vile. It's been to cause, chaos, get clout, get money. That's the motive here. And that's not what we call an understandable motive.
I can't imagine, like, South Korea with how they live their lives, for them to actually respect any of these actions, right?
In this case, and something that they're going to say, hey, we're thinking this is permissive. We're thinking that this is something that's okay for you to do because you had this other reason.
Yeah, but like, okay, how much of an idiot do you have to be to not minimally respect the laws of a different country that's not yours? Like you can, wasn't he at least scared of like having to face like serious consequences? Since it wasn't where he was, like, brought up, right? He doesn't understand the country that he's in. Like, let someone else advise you, right? Like, how can you be that dumb?
No, he actually doesn't care at all. And once again, he thinks that he's done absolutely nothing wrong and continued
Hey, honey, how you doing?
To attack the judge even. Let's hear what he said to the judge.
Shout out to President you. Fuck the judge. Fuck the prosecutor. Y'all can suck my dick. Bitch ass niggas. Yeah. Suck my dick on soft. Tell them what the charges is. Fucking carrying a fish. Tell them.
Carrying a fish and causing anxiety.
Causing anxiety by carrying a fish. Tell the judge you can suck my dick. I'll bring a fish to your mother's house, bitch.
So threatening.
What the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing, buddy? Like, what?
Threatening to bring.
He thinks he's in the US. Okay, listen, this happens a lot, right? People think that they can go wherever they want. They're probably on this little insane power trip. They think they're on top of the world. They think they can just leave the US and think, oh, I can still do whatever I want. I got power and money, right? No, dude, you are... this is why people are writing and like doing petitions for you to have like a lot more time in jail. This is why.
A fish to the judges.
I don't know the context of the fish, but like there's so many cultures and where certain things that you think are like innocent are offensive to other people.
Mother's house. Definitely no remorse there when he's threatening to bring a fish to the mother's house. He's threatening the judge, the prosecutor, saying he doesn't care about the system. That doesn't fit in with the conditions in which you normally hand out a suspended sentence. That's why in the case we made to them, we said under no circumstance should you have that suspended sentence. And once again, this is something that we dropped off with them with both the...
He keeps getting away with it in various other countries, so he was incredibly arrogant about it. I'm so glad that he ended up in a country where they did not allow him to do whatever he wanted.
Prosecutor and the judge, you can see the stamps there, the seals, the timestamps, all that's good stuff submitted last year. So we focused in this submission and the evidence that we dropped on certain things and not on other things. We focus on his lack of remorse, the glorification of his own crimes, the contempt for the Korean criminal justice system, attempts to reach fraudulent settlements with victims and deceive the court, continuing harassment.
He's done stuff in Japan and Israel? With no consequences? No way. No way.
So John.
Hey, don't touch me, man. Hey.
So Johhny Somali got robbed and jumped in Israel yesterday. It looks like this guy really doesn't want to learn his lesson. Being arrested in Japan doesn't do it. Being arrested in
I'm also guessing he travels with a team behind him, right? He's not alone.
Israel doesn't do it. Being forced to apologize to the Yakuza hasn't done it either. I think the only time he's going to learn his lesson is when he ends up 6 feet under. It looks like this guy truly has a death wish. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at the clip.
Star, don't talk to I'm the star.
Just English?
Just English.
What's your name?
I'm the star. Yeah, that's his attitude.
What do you mean? What's your name?
My name is Maya.
I don't want to talk to your girl. I don't want to talk to your girlfriend.
Hey, my friend!
Ain't nobody want to talk to your girlfriend.
My friend!
We're friends? Bro, what is this? Why do you have this?
You snitch!
What is this?
snitch!
Bro, what is this thing?
Machine!
Bro, back up. Bro, back this guy. Bro, relax.
Snitch!
Back up.
He was holding something.
Back up, bro, hey. We're gonna have a problem or what? Why does he have this? We're gonna have a problem tonight or what? Back up.
So first sign of trouble, this guy is carrying either a small sword or a long knife. And still, Johhny Somali is following him. The guy was active.
Dude, he's legit not even scared though. Yo.
Walking away from him, and this dumbass is still trying to interact with him. At this point, I would have just left. But then again, I'm not a cloud goblin like this guy.
So we're gonna make problems tonight.
Does he make enough money to justify him being the public nuisance that he is?
Or what? Look my hands. Look. We're gonna make problems tonight or what?
Yo, I wanna ask you
Bro, can we stop, bro?
Why you snitch on me?
We talked enough.
Why you snitch
Because
on
you
me?
guys cut my head.
I don't give a fuck
If you
about
guys
that
would've
shit.
did, bro, we're
Why
done
you
with it.
snitch
It's
on me?
over.
Why you snitch on
It's
me?
over.
I don't give a fuck. It's over. Why you snitch on me, nigga?
We're not starting this
Why you
right now.
snitch
We're
on
not
me?
starting this right now.
What does he mean when he says, why did you snitch on me? Why are they calling him a snitch? Was he causing trouble with serious criminals or something?
I wanna ask you
We're not
something.
starting this right now. We're not starting
Oh,
this
he's
right
on
now.
Rumble.
Snitch on me.
We're not starting this right now. We're not starting this right now. We're not starting this right
You come to
now.
my hood and you snitch on me?
No, bro, chill out.
No, I'm talking
Chill
to you.
out. Let's talk. Let's talk. Like men.
So tough.
Like men. Okay, like men. We don't. Don't come and press. Talk.
No, I'm alone, nigga.
Relax.
No, I'm with you.
Relax. Why you grabbing me?
Why you running for?
Relax.
Why you snitch on me?
Relax, bro. Relax, bro.
Hey, Valcora.
Relax, bro. Relax.
Why you running for?
Relax.
Why you snitch on me? So why you snitch on me, nigga?
Nah, I
Why
didn't
you
talk
snitching
on you. I did not.
You fuck by that
Relax,
shit,
bro.
nigga.
Relax.
Why you snitch on me?
Relax, bro.
Why you snitch on me?
Relax, bro.
Why you snitch on me, bitch ass?
Relax.
Dude, they all saying the same thing. Why you snitched on me? I really wonder what he was doing.
Relax. Relax.
It's like several different dudes saying that.
I don't want no problem.
So why you snitching?
I don't want no problem. I didn't say nothing about you.
That's what man about me.
I don't want no problem, bro. I don't want no problem with you.
Oh, but he sure does want problems, because if not, he doesn't have any content. He's boring,
Yeah.
has nothing original to offer besides.
I mean, that's the thing, right? There are people out there that legit show up in front of a camera, have nothing interesting to say, have like nothing in their brains, and they have to do the craziest thing possible for them to keep making it, right? And if a guy like this stops doing controversial, crazy stuff, it's over for him. It's over.
The fact that he occasionally gets beat up and robbed, and this is one of those situations. This guy is such a clout-chasing piece of garbage. He is the prime example of everything wrong with social media in this day and age. I think every single platform should just get rid of him. I heard that even Kick got rid of him, and to get banned on Kick, you have to be really messed up.
Yeah. Imagine getting kicked from Kick. No.
Yo, bro, relax. Yo, I don't want no problem. Bro, help me, bro.
Charlie Bali!
Relax, bring your problem, bro.
Charlie Bali!
All right, brother.
What's up, Charlie
Bro,
Bali?
let's stop this, bro. Stop this, bro. Stop. No, I don't do nothing, bro. Bro, stop this shit. Relax, stop this. Bro, yo, stop. Chill out. Yo, chill out, bro.
Dude, I really hope so. This should not be allowed.
Okay, let's just talk, bro. Yo, what are you
Whoa,
doing?
what was that?
Just talk, bro. Oh, bro, what the? Bro, what the?
Dude, the cameraman is like not... Dude, the cameraman wants to leave.
I'm not filming any.
I'm not filming anything. Holy crap. And this is like a Johhny Somali, cameraman, right? So like... He is so out. Okay, he's being attacked. He's being attacked. Did anyone get seriously hurt?
יש לי טלפון שעולה 2,500 שקל. עולה 2,500 שקל.
Is that the same guy or did they take his camera?
איפה הולכים, אמיר? ראית איזה בוקס שמתי לו? כן, זה מספיק. יואי, אתה התחזקתי? אוי! תראה. תראה את הטלפון, אח שלי.
I'm wondering if the snitching comments were because they were filming the locals? Maybe. That could be it. They just don't want cameras on their face, maybe.
כן, עם האמריקאי רע, אנחנו הרבצנו לו.
זה תל מגן.
עכשיו היה שם, אחו את החוסון. וזה אנחנו. לא, שם. שני ישראלים נגד אף אחד, נגד פגווי, שני אחים.
Yeah, these are not the same guys, I don't think.
בבדיקה 200 שקל, תתני שקל.
ايه طبعا جوني الصومالي وحياة امي بتلاقوا حالكم بالسجن وحياة
Or they might have been hired locally.
امي جاسوس بعرفه بيلم ملخوذي
I wish we had subtitles, dude.
ملخوذي لجوني الصومالي ومالشين بيلم
תעשה לו פורמט, דברים.
נו, די רמי, אתה הולך להיות כוכב באלוהים רמי.
תעשה לו פורמט.
דברים באמא שלי.
אמיר, מי הרביץ לך ולקחתי לו?
So there you have it. He got robbed. He got whooped. That is the definition of F around and find out. I mean, clearly this is the type of content he wants to make anyway, so I'm sure he's happy. That's another good stream in his mind. And the only thing that's going to stop him is when he's 6 feet under, which is sad to have such a young man have a death wish. But
it's not a death wish, dude. He wants to keep the money flowing. And he was also in Japan? Let's see. Two years ago.
I know, flat ass booty, but
Psychopathic Andy, nigga. Sure. I'm psycho, nigga. I
oh,
keep moving, nigga.
that's crazy. Yo, he put a tour on Spidey.
You want to see psycho? I show you psycho, nigga. You want to see psycho? I show you psycho, nigga. I'll play with me, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you want to eat watermelon, nigga? Nigga, what? Show these niggas psycho, nigga. Keep moving, nigga. Ah!
Dude, people are just trying to live their lives, dude. Holy crap.
Oh my god, bro. He's scaring the fuck out of them. Dude, we're finna get pressed, bro. Bad, like, this is finna get bad.
We gonna get press. We gonna get press. Oh my gosh. Did we get raided? What? What happened? Something happened? Did I miss it? Plays racist media song in Japanese train.
Yo, what's the... Yo,
dude.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening. Yo, what is this, bro? Stop.
Oh my god.
You have to say don't grab nothing. Oh.
Whoa! Ooh.
Anonymous sent $3.
Stop. Have my phone.
Somebody went up on me, though.
I know. Somebody ran up on me too. Fuck.
Oh my gosh. Yo, Yakuza gangsters warned infamous streamer Johhny Somali for disrespecting Japan? He had to deal with the Yakuza? Yakuzapedia.
Johhny Somali. If you're interested in Japan, chances are you've heard that name before. A name, or rather a stage name since his real name is different, that belongs to the person who somehow managed to make the whole Japanese population angry.
I'm not gonna see it! Why are you doing that? I just want to know that! Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that, man?
For clout.
What? You want a clout?
For clout. She's like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? For clout.
I want money too. I want clout and I want money too.
And it's not just Japanese. People all over the world are noticing this guy and hoping that someone will eventually bring him to justice.
My wife is Japanese. Okay? You go over there insulting people like that. You know how many people died from Hiroshima joking about that?
He's best known as a streamer on a platform called Kick. If you still haven't heard of him, you might ask, what did he do? Well, the list is very long, but if we had to sum everything up in a few words, this guy disrespected the culture, made fun of Hiroshima and Nagasaki tragedy, made local Japanese cry just for additional views, and back in August 2023 illegally entered into the hotel construction site while screaming Fukushima.
Fukushima! Whoa! Fukushima!
To reference Japan's nuclear disaster that happened in 2011. To put it simply, remember what Logan Paul did in Japan a few years ago and you'll see a modern version of the same type of person in Johhny Somali. Yes, the guy is a piece of shit. Now, many channels have already covered this whole story. We know that he intended to become popular using any means necessary while...
So he was going to get arrested in Japan and probably in other places, but it never ended up happening? Do you think it's still possible that he won't get arrested in Korea?
Streaming on Kick platform, was completely okay with disrespecting people if that in return would give him more popularity. Got punched a few times by regular citizens and fellow tourists.
Don't grab nothing! Oh!
In Japan, they see trespassing as a pretty serious crime, hence what Johhny can expect is a fine up to $4,000 and a couple years of imprisonment. And while penalties are still not decided, it is most likely that deportation will be unavoidable.
Deportation is not enough because he's gonna keep doing this.
But this is a Yakuza related channel, so let's focus on that aspect of the story. Many Japanese people, as well as foreigners, had a chance to showcase how they feel about this Johhny Somali guy. Some displayed their anger verbally, and some, well, educated him using a language of violence. Other than regular citizens, he even managed to get attention from Yakuza members, or at least that's how media named them. After all, he compared the largest Yakuza organization, Yamaguchi-gumi, to a handjobs.
Oh gosh.
The granny gummy.
Yeah. I need that Yamaguchi gumi. Hey, don't say that. Oh, sorry. Shoes off? I need that Yamaguchi gumi.
So, I wouldn't be surprised if organized crime groups actually decided to make a tiny move and make this individual shit his pants.
You know there are other dweebs watching this no life and trying to imitate everything the exact same way, with just as much harassment without as much covers. Yeah, you're right. There's people out there trying to be Johhny Somali right now and actually not getting the same attention, but still, like, yeah, being a public nuisance.
Ali was made to apologize while on his knees and backtracked on his own words just to save himself. He then encountered supposedly Yakuza members in Thailand that warned him about not coming to Japan ever again. Yet, wise Johhny Somali didn't take their advice and went there.
So he got put in situations where he was actually fearing for his life and having to apologize, and he still keeps going.
In criminal behavior. We did not focus on international incidents. So I know some people thought that we may focus on Japan and Israel, and while I do bring those up from time to time, those aren't conclusive in a Korean court. Korea is not going to sentence him based on what he did in Japan or Israel or America or anywhere else. We also didn't bring up threats to defamation of justice officials or streamers or others or anything else not related directly to the court case. So we didn't bring up a lot of the irrelevant stuff, even though there's a lot of really horrible stuff he's done. Now, the premise is that the defendant is not sorry. So he continues to express extreme impulse through the towards. So the call to action is we ask that the prosecutors in the court give the maximum.
I don't really completely understand their involvement in the case, but I mean, they do seem to have put like actual documentation out there against Johhny Somali in this Korean case. It would be interesting to see them actually making a difference and actually getting this guy to feel some consequences, right? I believe I read somewhere where he will have to be registered as a sex offender in Korea, and because of some US laws, he will automatically be registered as one in the US when he comes home. Yes, that would be like a minimum, right?
Penalty available under the law with no suspended sentence. Excluding any possibility of a suspended sentence, imprisonment is mandatory. You can see that he thinks he's going to get away. He thinks he's going to go to America, and we cannot allow him.
I'm telling you guys, I would have been in America already.
I would have been in America already right now. If I would have just pled guilty to everything, I would have been in America right now.
Now this is very funny because of course back in August of 2025, I said on my live stream, Johhny Somali, if you want to go home quicker, plead guilty and say you're sorry genuinely and compensate the victims. If you do all of those things, all of them, you will be back earlier, right? I said that in August, and I said that, hey, you could have got this done in 2025. He, of course, didn't listen. He said I was full of shit. He said he's going to fight it till the end.
So he's still in Japan, in Korea all this time. Is he living with any restrictions? I mean, I'm guessing at least he's not able to continue to do his job quite the same way, right? Doesn't that mean he's, like, losing a lot of money right now?
And he's going to fight the deepfakes no matter what. He's going to just fight that because he doesn't want that on his record and he's scared of that, etc. There might be real jail time. Now he's coping that he's just going to be back in America. He would have been back in America a year ago. So once again, more cope from Johhny Somali. So continuing on, here's what we submitted. We submitted a statement from a professor, Professor Ulrich Nod. We gave source video guide with URLs. We submitted compilation video of the defendant's statements proving his lack of remorse and because the defendant's deliberate escalation of public harassment and sustained premeditated mockery of the Korean judicial
He'll have financial idiotic backer? Oh.
system demands the severest statutory response. The defendant has repeatedly made it clear he doesn't care about financial penalties, fines. Fines could even be crowdfunded by the defendant's fan base, rendering them utterly ineffective as a deterrent. Documented digital evidence proves that the defendant Somali attempts at settlement were coercive, transactional legal strategies entirely devoid of genuine remorse. And you can see this contempt in what happened on March 7th last year. So this shows hostility before, during, and after the first trial. So from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., he was drunk. He was drunk before the trial, live streaming from his sole apartment, drinking heavily, vomiting, saying, getting
Oh my God.
ready for court while drinking. How many shots do I owe the viewers? Then he arrives at the courthouse 1 hour late, intoxicated. And when confronted by Korean press, he says, F you, B word, N word, right? Suck my D. I love Kim Jong-un. And then after at 12 o'clock,
no.
He goes on for a post-trial celebration. Audio from the taxi departing the courthouse. He's laughing hysterically. He said, do you accept the charges? And he said, suck my D. Now, he didn't actually say that in court. He was BSing. He was lying. He was making that up. He did not say that in court. I was there for that one. The defendant's statements, actions, and statements immediately prior to the first trial. So here you go. Which is his talking about the insanity plea, which is where the inside joke comes from. But he said, when I go to the judge tomorrow and say, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm mentally ill. I don't know what's going on. I have bipolar disorder. And what may I do? I left my medication in America. I don't know what's happening, Your Honor. Please, please help me. I'm a psychopath. I plead mentally ill. And they say, okay, go home with a fine of $500. Well, first of all, he never actually made that statement in court. He talked big. He bragged. The whole trial is over. Everything's over. He never once actually used an insanity plea or anything else in court. That was complete tough talk. That was complete him acting tough. He never said anything about that in court. But one thing we put in our submission based on that comment he made on live stream, which we submitted to the court, we said bipolar has many known symptoms, but causing anxiety in public, interfering with business, and distributing sexual deepfakes is not among them. So he had very, very really rude comments about the Asian courtroom system. He said, low key, let me tell you how to play the Asian courtroom. I'm going to tell the B in the court, look, to the victim, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, sorry, sorry. To the victim, I'm sorry, sorry, sorry. And then he laughed and said, to the N words on the bus, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. To the statue I R worded, that.
Oh my God. Mr. Boom Boom Pow, thank you so much for the gifted membership. It went to Doza. Hope you're doing good today. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The statue I graped. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Baby, please forgive me. I'm going to hit a little K-pop dance, shake my ass.
Yeah, imagine using low-key in a legal matter.
One time. And they're going to have to let it go if I spit that flow. He goes on to say, tomorrow the judge is trying to charge me for carrying a fish in a bag in public. Carrying a fish in a bag in public. And asking someone, do you want to eat the fish? How is that a crime? Come on, tell me What kind of respecting judge is going to take that seriously? Well, that's only one of the crimes of a, sorry to tell you, Ramsey Khalid Ismail, but that fish is one. There's several others, including saying vulgar sexual messages in front of children at Lotte World. You had an obstruction of business charge for that. That's in there as well. There's a bunch of other things. Admit the charges. He said, F you, B. Is there anything else you want to say? Suck my D. Do you admit the charges? F you. Don't you want to apologize? I love North Korea. I love Kim Jong-un. That's what he had to say. That's what he had to say.
Why didn't you go there then, huh? Why didn't you go to North Korea instead? That would have been nice.
And then you look at the next day. He goes and downplays the entire judicial process. He says it really wasn't that big of a deal. I showed up drunk. I showed up happy. Like the charges that they have me for are such minor, minuscule charges. But they got me for spilling a cup of noodles. They got me for carrying a stinky fish. They got me for BS, bro. Like, you can't go to jail for any of that in any country. I know for a fact I'm not.
The thing is, Pete, he's gotten away with things like this before in other countries, so he feels like the exact same thing is going to happen again, and I'm scared it will.
Not going to jail, not one day for jail. I have footage of me and Hank leaving the court laughing our asses off.
Just like this have their brains so fried from online slop, it's true, that they don't know how to even speak plainly in the regular settings, let alone a court scenario. There's no respect for it either. It's so crazy.
We're not going to take this seriously. And then saying, you're not going to jail, you spilled a cup of noodles, you carried a fish, you played some music, you're an American citizen, what are they going to do to me? Well, they can throw you in jail, Rams. He goes back to IRL streaming, right? Talks about and downplays all of this, saying the fish stream was legendary, saying apparently it's a crime in Korea to cause anxiety, saying Trump's going to save you. Well, that didn't play out, right? Trump didn't save him. And then saying he's back, right? So once again, celebrating after trial. So the point is, as a trial is over, he's celebrating, he's happy, he's downplaying the criminal system, right? For 10 minutes, yelling comments such as Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and Nakadashi, which means cream pie in Japan, to a woman who is Japanese. The woman yelled stalker and police, and the accused said, call those bitch. Eventually, the woman broke away, went to the police station, and filed a complaint against the defendant, right? The defendant fled the scene. About 2 hours later, the defendant started desktop streaming. Being aware the defendants had recently filed a criminal complaint, the defendant asked a Korean friend to call the police to clarify. The friend said they're trying to investigate you for causing anxiety. And then Ramsey, RKA, shouts into the phone where the police are on the other end, shut the F up, you bitch, F-in N-word, and then hangs up the phone, right? And he takes pride in that and pride in underestimating the system. So I have a request to exclude any settlement with the victim. So with Bong Bong or with Youngman, we put in there a comment that they should not take that seriously. Now, there was no settlement with Bong Bong, but he did get one with Youngman. And the important thing to note is this, and just says, hey, look, I don't even believe in apologizing.
He does have problem with apologizing, actually.
Not only to you personally, but everybody in the world, I would say.
Pretty much, yeah.
I always tell Hank, like, it's not just, I don't want to apologize to you when I do something wrong. I don't want to apologize to fucking anybody. Maybe it's part of my personality. Maybe even my own family has called me very selfish. I remember my father when I was like 6 years old, 7 years old, 6, 7 years old. My own father was like, Ramsey, you are a very callous individual. That's something that stuck with me. I remember that my whole life. Like 6, 7 years old, my dad was like, you were very callous.
That's his lawyer?
I've had maybe a problem with empathizing.
Do you think his reputation is ruined after being his lawyer? Like, who's gonna want to have any association with him after this?
With people.
Yes.
Not being able to understand other people's feelings.
So that's it. So he's pretty much said, hey, I'm not apologizing. I'm not apologizing to anybody. I don't apologize to anybody, right? Like, that's part of who he is. That's part of his character. That's part of what he is. So, him even saying he's guilty doesn't come with sincerity, right? It doesn't come with that necessarily element. So this case goes beyond the personal crimes of the defendant. This is what Johhny took away from all of this.
Maybe it's because I turned 25 recently. I feel like my brain has matured a little bit. I'm just going to do my degen shit off camera. Like, that's just a better way to do things. Like,
that's what you do. It's what everyone else does.
That's how they caught Diddy and Epstein. They taking photos and video of everything. They like to record everything. stupid. I'm stupid too. Why am I going live doing this crazy shit?
There you have it. Johhny Somali saying that he is just going to continue to be a degenerate no matter what, to continue to do things that are criminal no matter what, with absolutely zero remorse, zero looking back, zero consideration at all, period.
Damn. So this is more recent. Let me just maybe get to, okay, let's see this one.
Sentencing for Johhny Somali, and he was arrested on the spot and taken out back. He was handcuffed, and now he's currently being processed right here in Seoul, South Korea. So we have a crazy video for you guys.
As of right now, this might be one of the slowest yet most preventable creator train wrecks that I've ever seen in my life. This dude has received
Preventable is right.
so many chances. So
He could have just apologized and left.
essentially change his life path and not be a complete burden to society, but still, he continues to double down with his behavior. This guy is essentially actively choosing to destroy his life for some attention online. Like, imagine having the arrogance to fly out to random countries and harass their citizens for profit. The dude went to court in Japan and ended up in jail for 3 months before they finally let him go. And apparently
He did end up in jail for 3 months, okay, but probably like one of those like temporary like jails, right? It's not a real prison.
let him go because he was actively lying to the judge. And this person obviously is the IRL streamer by the name of Johhny Somali. And yet, after doing all of that, when he got out of the Japanese jail after being stuck there for 3 months, he didn't take it as a massive wake-up call to get his life together. No, he chose to double down by publicly bragging about how he lied to the judge.
I lied to the judge. The lawyer said lie to the judge and apologize, say that you're sorry. I don't give a Chinese. All I told him, I said, hey, yo, I'll never make a YouTube video again. I'll never again.
Dude. And essentially, he thought he was completely invincible, so he decided to go to Israel, of all places, right after he got out from Japan. And there, he repeated the exact same formula. He harassed a bunch of strangers on the street, and then, of course, got detained, and then he got scared by the police, and he ended up fleeing the country. Why did he flee the country? Well, he thought he was going to be stuck there like he was in Japan. But, again, he didn't take this as a wake-up call. No, he continued re-rolling. So, next up, he went to South Korea. And in South Korea, he was way worse than what he was in the other countries. He continued to harass the citizens, and he did things way out of line here. He bought a fish, he started shoving it in people's faces, he had this weird crash out at 7-Eleven for no reason whatsoever. The woman was telling him to please leave, and instead, he decided to do this.
Right to never have kids. Your right to your father was right.
Oh.
And when the South Korean citizens got upset with him, he doubled down like he always does. But this time he went way out of line. So he found the comfort women statues, which are statues to honor the fallen female victims of World War II in South Korea here. And he decided to oil them up and strip and dance on them, all for, I guess, attention on his stream and donations. So, I mean, at this point, he thought it was super funny. He thought he can get away with anything. So just imagine the panic he had when South Korea essentially locked their borders for him and took away his passport. And then they tell him, no, you're not leaving the country until your entire trial is finished, you've served your time, and you've paid your fines. What's the sentence? Well, we're about to find out. And obviously, this has been a long saga because, you know, in the past 18 months, Johhny's been trapped in South Korea. He essentially arrived thinking that he could exploit a polite, high-trust society and entertain a fringe group of people who essentially want him to destroy his life. But instead, he triggered a nationwide manhunt. He got banned from every platform that pays him, went completely broke, and then managed to catch 8 separate criminal charges. And currently, the prosecution is demanding 3 years of prison work labor and 5 years on the S offender registry here in South Korea. So today we're taking a look at how the internet's most hated IRL streamer dug his own grave live on camera. But to understand how he got here, we kind of have to look at the playbook, because essentially his business model relied on traveling to strict high-trust nations, places like Japan and eventually South Korea, and there he just acted like a complete parasite. His job is essentially being a burden to society. He tested the limits of Japan, he spent 3 months in jail there, and
how can we allow things like that to be content, right? How are platforms allowed to do that?
up leaving the country, went to Israel, definitely tested the waters there, fled that country, and then eventually went to South Korea. And obviously, When he landed in South Korea, he got a bit reckless.
And the chaos really started when he found soju. He just became a drunken mess off of this. I am not here for the soju though. See, what I got was the water. This is my shaker cup because I'm gonna make some gamer subs. Shout out gamer subs for sponsoring this video and making it, and only gamers
treat like it was a GTA server for his own entertainment. And I guess he just thought it was all funny, edgy content, but rightfully so, the people of South Korea were appalled. So they then...
The owners see dollar signs. Dude, there's no control, man. It's so crazy.
Launched their own crowdsourced bounty program for him. And they called him the Golden Goblin. And they were essentially giving away 10 million won, or Korean won, which is roughly $6,000 to $7,000. Yes, I hate that's the exchange rate. But essentially, he was labeled the Golden Goblin or Golden Goose because if you punched him, you got loot. And the crazy part of all this is so many of the people who actually found him ended up reaching out to me. And I even interviewed Johhny, who was one of the guys who punched him in the face. But the
That's so funny. People were getting paid to punch him. Yo, that's a good crowdfunding right there.
First people who found him, they didn't want to be on camera, but they did tell me the story of how they found him, which I thought was pretty crazy. Because remember a few years ago, you had the whole situation with Andrew Tate getting arrested, and people were speculating that he got arrested because of a pizza box. Well, Johhny was found because of a pizza box, because they saw the name of the pizza place and they decided to go to every single location of that franchise and ask them, hey, have you seen this man? Did he just buy a pizza from you guys? And they showed a picture of him. When they finally got confirmation that he had actually been to one of these locations, they realized, okay, we know what neighborhood he's staying in. So then one of them was watching his live stream while a bunch of the other guys were running around the neighborhoods screaming. And I guess they were just playing this 1 hour game of hotter and colder where one guy was listening to see if he could hear any of the guys yelling. And when he finally heard one of them yelling, they were like, okay, we can hear it now. Let's see if it gets louder. So, I mean, there was just an insane amount of dedication there. But while Johhny was being hunted for sport, I guess, punches were the least of his problems because while all of this was happening, the Korean government was slowly building a cage around him. So in late 2024, the Korean police finally swooped in, but they didn't just give him a ticket. No, they took his passport, they slapped him with an obstruction of business charge for the 7-Eleven stunt. And at the time, Johhny was coping. He was saying, oh, it's not so serious at all. Look, I still have my passport. And then he was showing an emergency travel passport, which I don't think was the main passport he used to travel into Korea. But even if he used that passport to get into Korea, it's not like he could just leave the country, which is why him and his Discord group were trying to plot and figure out how he could sneak out of South Korea. And that's where we've had that one moment where they were like, hey, you should just take the train out of Jeju, which does not make sense considering Jeju is an island. And I think another one of his plans was taking a raft and live streaming himself, taking a raft out of South Korea, which obviously wouldn't have ended well. Either he would have been picked up by Coast Guard or...
Dude, I wish he had tried that.
He would be at the mercy of the ocean. But regardless, either he would have to illegally enter North Korea or illegally enter China, which just...
Yes! Enter North Korea! Do it!
Doesn't sound like a good idea either. But honestly, this was just the start of his problems because essentially he's proven to the world that he's a parasite, but a parasite needs a host. And his hosts were the streaming platforms he was live streaming on. So what happens when the money printer turns off? Well, he was banned on basically every single platform that paid him. So now he's trapped in a very expensive country with high bills and no income. And the guy got so desperate in April of 2025 that he essentially stalked the streamer Ice Poseidon in real life and begged him to pull some strings to get his Kick account back.
Let's have a conversation. That's it.
There's nothing to talk. There's nothing to talk about. There's no peace to be made.
Listen, come on. I should have heard that.
But I don't go around and harass the general public.
In what? Okay, listen. You might have me then. Okay, I'll give you that. But I honestly don't think I'm a bad person. I want to come back to Kick.com. I want to stream on Kick again. I want to move past this.
What is your goal here? You're trying to get him banned on Kick. It's not going to happen.
I mean, look at his eyes right there. That is the exact moment his reality shattered. Like, he isn't sorry for what he did to the Korean people. No, he's sorry that he can't monetize it anymore. I mean, even his last friend in Korea, Hank, he had to start begging online for donations because of how much of a burden Johhny was to him. But of course, just when
Oh my god. What?
online for donations anymore. I mean, even his last friend in Korea, Hank, he had to start begging online for donations because of how much of a burden Johhny was to him. But of course, just when you thought that Johhny hit rock bottom, no, of course he grabbed a pickaxe and just kept digging. Because at the same time all of that happened, you have the entire courtroom circus, where essentially he just self-sabotaged his entire life. Because you would think, a guy who's facing a decade in foreign prison would, you know, put on a suit, be quiet enough to realize how serious the situation is, and beg for some mercy. But no, not this guy. According to every legal professional I've talked to.
And the crazy thing is, there's probably people out there thinking that he's a badass for that. No! Oh, God.
Here in Korea, he did the wrong move. Because over the last year, Johhny faced 8 separate criminal charges. And he decided to plead guilty to 6 of them, but fight the 2 main ones. And those were the 2 big ones, which were 2 counts of distributing an 18+ deepfake of a popular South Korean streamer named Bongbong and of another streamer by the name of Youngman. Under Korean law, that carries a 7-year prison sentence. And this guy live streamed himself doing it. And again, every legal professional.
People like him exist to show you that no matter how bad you think you are, how big of a mistake you made, you'll never be able to compete with his trash. Oh, man.
Here in Korea said, show remorse and actually apologize, and most likely you would get a slap on the wrist and the judge would just deport you. But instead, it's safe to say he chose a very different legal route.
Fish and causing anxiety.
Causing anxiety by carrying a fish. Tell the judge you can suck my. I'll bring a fish to your mother's house. I don't care. The judge, prosecutor, y'all can suck my.
Is there anything you want to say? Don't you want to apologize?
I love North. Hey, send this clip to the president of Korea. Send this clip. I'm talking to you, the president of Korea. You can suck my. I respect Kim Jong-un more than you, Lee Jae-myung, little.
If you're facing over a decade in prison in a foreign country, why would you ever curse out the judge, the judge's family, and the president of the country you're currently stuck in? Then, of course, he showed up hungover to his first trial almost an hour late, and then continued to openly lie in court. So I guess his genius legal strategy was to do all of that and claim he had bipolar disorder, like it was some sort of like Monopoly get out.
Wait, is he holding, I just realized, is he holding one of those massagers? Because that does not look like a mic. Is that a troll move? It's so, it looks like a massager.
A jail-free card. And just a few days, he even had his mom write the judge a letter. And what's so crazy about all this is towards the end of the trial, he thought he was doing a great job. He thought he gained—
There's no way that's a microphone. Help.
A massive win by settling one of the charges. So essentially, he thought that one of the deepfake charges were thrown out. And to be honest, all of us did. And I covered this in one of my videos in October of 2025, because him and Youngman, they went to court in a separate case.
The head is Sam. No, that's the massager. Listen, it's the massager. Let me show you. Look, it's right here in oh wait, no. I just want pictures. Like this one. I'm kind of scared to scroll down actually, but you see what I mean? I don't want to scroll down. I'm kind of scared now, but you know what I mean? Like
to settle and decide not to—
Look, it has multiple uses. Clearly.
press charges on each other. This is
no,
a massive favor by Hank for Johhny, because Hank, you know, he's the guy who was letting Johhny live with him for over a year pretty much. And Hank could actually help Johhny here because the deepfake itself was of Hank and Youngman being intimate with each other. And Johhny showed this clip on his stream laughing at it, and Youngman also showed the same clip on his stream reacting to it in shock. So both of them technically distributed it. And that's what that separate court hearing was about. Essentially, they made an agreement. If Youngman stopped pressing charges on Johhny, Hank would also do the same to him. So in their agreement, both of them dropped the charges. And Johhny heavily celebrated this. He went on a whole victory lap.
You go look at the comments in this video, Tozy tried to frame it like I lost in the last court date when I got a charge dismissed. So where's the loss? Tell me, guys.
He even called me out for saying that I thought it was going to happen. And I mean, I even said that the charges were dropped because I thought the charges were going to be dropped. But the problem is, both the prosecutors have to agree to drop the charges. And clearly, they didn't. because Youngman was recently sentenced and he was charged for that exact deepfake incident that they agreed on dropping. And now we know the prosecutor in Johhny's case.
I can't look past the massager now. God damn it. Oh, he's talking about maybe interesting things, but I can't hear it because I can't look past the massager.
Didn't drop that deepfake charge either. So what Johhny thought was a massive win turned out to just be a massive.
Can you go get a real microphone, dude, please? I'm trying to listen to you.
Waste of time. And I've flown out to South Korea now 4 times. Yeah, this is my 4th time here now. And the whole thing is such a massive train wreck. Johhny seems to, for some reason, care more about the angles other live streamers get of him than the reality of his own actions.
Seems to be no hype behind this trial. I mean, absolutely nobody's here. Johhny wants me to be a cellmate. I know, right? I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Just roll your window down when you're coming by if you want me to get a good shot.
Well, he's not using it properly right now, Pete. He's using it. He's just he's triggering people like me. You know? It's just a troll move.
And the dude is so arrogant that he thinks that Trump is going to save him, despite apparently the U.S. Embassy told him that they want nothing to do with him.
If Trump saved Tate, Trump gonna save me. Bro, come on. Donald gonna come save me. Bro, come on. He gonna put some tariffs on these Trump. I'm telling you, Donald J. Trump,
some
please.
Tariffs.
I'm an American citizen. I am being held hostage.
And all of this brings us to right here, right now. April of 2026. The prosecution is officially recommending 3 years of hard prison labor and 5 years on the S-offender registry.
Hard prison labor. Dude, I wonder what that looks like over there.
Here in South Korea, and that is for the deepfake charges. If he does get the max sentences stacked on top of each other, he's currently facing 12.5 years in prison. And it's safe to say the dude hasn't given the judge a single reason to go easy on him. The judge makes their final ruling now on April 15th, which we're approaching very fast because it's April 14th as of recording this commentary bit right here.
All right, good morning. So we're now headed to the final trial day for Johhny Somali.
It's the final countdown.
It is the sentencing day, and a lot of people are wondering what's going to happen because you have a pretty wide range of things. Most of the legal professionals that we've talked to here, they're thinking that he's going to get in the ballpark of what the prosecution was asking for, up by 25% or down by 25%. But we did hear from someone who, I guess, has been convicted several times here in South Korea, and he's thinking that most likely he'll get a slap on the wrist or some type of probation and would be.
See, now he's trolling me with that like bit of spit or something on his lip. Like I can't take this guy seriously. He just keeps trolling me, man. I'm trying to understand what he's saying, and all I can focus on is that thing on his lip, dude.
Yeah, so
I swear he's doing it on purpose.
And in the morning of the trial, Johhny decided to upload this poll where he was trying to get his community to vote on if they think he was actually going to prison or not. And obviously the comments of that were just people roasting him.
Here we are, outside of the courthouse.
Okay, he took care of it, so what's gonna be next, you know?
It'll be interesting. All right, walking into the trial. They have the news posted up, so they're gonna get some angles.
American live streamer Johhny Somali, who had caused an uproar in South Korea with his outrageous acts, such as kissing the Statue of Peace, was sentenced to 6 months in prison.
All right, so we just got out of court, and he received a guilty verdict. It was guilty.
Yes, we got.
Oh my God, there he is! It's legal mindset. It's legal mindset. He was actually there, like in person. Holy crap! Okay.
Boys, we got him.
So that was it.
No, they really wanted to get him, dude.
Interesting. This time, when he walked in,
they were in
it was kind of like he saw a ghost. Like, he didn't give anyone eye contact, sat down, he's looked extremely stressed, and that was it, really. And then it went way faster than what I was expected, because he was the first one called up. He was called up on the stand, and the judge asked him, is there any reason for why you should not go to prison? And he said because he had family at home, and he misses them, and that was his reasoning, and that he was a student at ASU, apparently. But
is he a student? No way.
At the end of the day, the judge gave him his prison sentence with labor, so he ended up getting 6 months.
I heard he got upgraded from. Yeah, I did hear that too. We're probably gonna hear that as well. I'm trying to go through the timeline, you know, but I think it did get extended.
of prison with labor.
Plus 20 days.
Plus 20 days. And did he say any fines or anything like that?
The 20 days is probably instead of the fines. So 20 days detention is different from prison with labor. So that's for the minor offenses act instead of a fine.
Is there anything else I missed?
I think you nailed it. But the 6 months bottom line. Yeah. And the reason that it's reduced so much is because they did not perceive the damage from the deepfakes to be as serious as
what was expected. Yeah,
they balanced it out.
Yeah.
And then he was given like a ban for like going to places with women and children for 5 years or something like that.
Correct. That's about offender status. So that's connected with the deepfake, right? So he's got to go register as a sex offender because it's a sexual crime. So he's got to stay away from places involving women and children, just like in the U.S. where you stay away from playgrounds and daycares and stuff like that.
And this will affect the type of labor that he'll be doing, just like the prosecutor wanted.
So what do you think the most likely labor he'll be doing?
Factory labor.
I don't know, but
Factory labor, dude.
The important thing that that the judge pointed out is that they have been monitoring his YouTube, including what he's been doing in the past few weeks.
Right.
And that has had an effect on their decision.
And of course he lied and said he hadn't committed any crimes during the course of the trial, which we've documented, showed, even filed the child sexual harassment charges, which were during the pendency of the trial.
And then when they asked if there's any reason he should not be detained immediately, like he's going to serve the sentence, but the question is, do they take him away right now or do they do it later, issue an arrest warrant?
Is this the Korean Public Safety Committee stream? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're in the right place. Totally off topic. How is Kiwi Farms able to get away with doxing, or is it investigative journalism? But you do investigate journalism here. It's a huge thing. I don't get it. I don't know about that. If you want to share, you feel free to reach out to me. Too bad it took prison for him to get a job. Damn, Valcora, damn. So he's now on the sex offenders list in the USA, as supposedly they do transfer over, or so they have that connection between South Korea and the US. So he would as well be registered as a sex offender here. I'm guessing also for the same period of time?
Those are the issues. His reasoning, he was allowed the opportunity to speak, to advocate for himself, and his reasoning was, I miss my family.
Yeah.
Which does not sound very convincing as far as an argument against him being a flight risk.
The judge did not care.
Yeah.
And from what I saw, his mother was not there. A lot of people were speculating online that his mom was going to show up, but I didn't see her there.
No Hank.
She was not there.
Hank was not there either.
And
so
at the very end, he was escorted out of the room, not through the front door that he came in, but through the side door, which is where he's going to go. He did have a full backpack, which means he knew that he was expecting the possibility. A packed, full backpack.
Yeah.
And he was wearing an Israel and USA pin, which no keep by the way.
Oh boy. So after that, he was taken to the back room. Was he handcuffed there?
Yeah. He was handcuffed in the back room, searched, and had all his stuff itemized, and they're going to bring him out right here.
But also, regardless of what happens, you also have an appeal process here in Korea. So let's say if Johhny gets a slap on the wrist, the prosecutor has 7 days to appeal. And apparently they can appeal 2 to 3 times here. So let's say they give him a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, we should have a scale cam, but you got to trust me.
Gotta trust me. Yo, C, thank you so much for the $1.99. Appreciate it. Here's money to put on Johhny Somali's books. Oh gosh. I mean, does he get time served? He's been held for a while, hasn't he? I don't think he's been held. I think he's been pretty free. Not sure though.
He can't leave for another 7 days. If the prosecutor decides to appeal this, he has to go through trial again. And apparently that can repeat a few times. Or if they throw the book at Johhny, Johhny also has the right to appeal as well.
So it's been a few hours since we got out of the trial. So we went to a study room and we've been working on the video right now. But Gabe found some interesting information about the appeal process, because if you guys did watch my live stream right after the trial, my Wi-Fi dropped about 9.5 minutes in. So the last 3 or 4 minutes of the stream was never there. So that was very unfortunate, but now I'm going to update you guys about what we said before the internet dropped. So essentially, you found out more information on how the appeal process worked.
Right.
So let's say if Johhny, he got a 6-month sentence, but if he appeals or if the prosecutor appeals and the new trial takes longer than 6 months, what happens then?
So if the prosecutor appeals, which the prosecutor can appeal if they're not satisfied with the sentencing, they will continue the trial. And if it goes beyond 6 months, he stays in prison as if he's in detention during trial.
Wow.
So say it goes on for 9 months, he stays in the prison for those extra 3 months. And then say at the end of that process, they tack on an extra 6 months, then they will subtract that from the time served, and he will do another 3 months in prison. So that's what it would look like. Now, if it goes on for a long time, which is very rare for an appeal to take that long, but there is a limit of additional time. So if, say it goes on for a year, after another 4 to 6 months, they will let him out and they will continue the appeal trial. But then if it goes another level, say to the Supreme Court, he goes right back in.
What do you think the over-under is that the prosecutor appeals this?
Well, I think it's very interesting that the Korean press has been referring to this trial as the end of the first trial. They're not calling it the end of the trial.
That's interesting.
It's very common in these articles for them to call it the first trial. So there's a...
Not anymore, Red. Not the case anymore. So he is now officially in prison.
Perception and maybe an assumption that the prosecutor will be appealing a sentence that was actually less than a third of what the prosecutor had asked
20% of what the prosecutor asked for.
Exactly. I have here in the Korea Herald, the prosecutor's office was contacted for comment on a possible appeal, but they haven't responded as of press time.
Interesting.
And then, they state here, under the Criminal Procedure Act, a defendant can be held in custody for up to 6 months during the first trial. So if it takes 6 months, then they can hold him for another 6 months. If the case moves through appeals as far as the Supreme Court, detention may be extended by additional 4 to 6 months at each level, bringing the total possible period of custody to roughly 14 to 18 months. So it could even result in a lengthy trial where he gets more time than the prosecutor wanted.
And when it's appealed, it doesn't go in front of the same judge then, right?
That's right. It goes before a panel of 3.
Yeah, it's this guy on the right. I think the main guy. It's called a Tozy. Yeah. He seems cool. He talks well.
3 judges. So because this is sort of escalated, think of it as an escalation, they're going to need more minds, and they're going to need the 3 of those judges to come to a consensus. And usually they come to a unanimous consensus, but sometimes they have to really do a compromise. Like there may be one judge that really wants to let the guy go and quit, but the other 2 really want like the maximum punishment, so they'll find some middle ground. But usually they're able to find a consensus.
So if an appeal goes through, that would then become very expensive for Johhny, because either he gets a public defender or he has to hire a new attorney, I'm assuming.
I think he would have no choice but to get a public defender. He would need a major like almost support network, and he doesn't even have a network of one at this point, of one person at this point.
Because Hank is no longer supporting him.
That's correct. He would need to have that support from outside, because it takes work.
Yeah.
Same is true with the public defender, right? With the public defender, at least the public defender will do their job, but they're gonna do the absolute minimum.
Right.
So
It covers all the weird, wild, crazy people from over there. That's perfect.
It would not be looking very good. I mean, I don't think it would be a strong case anyway, but that would be the way to go. I call it a free lottery ticket, because anybody can appeal, and it's not like in the United States where they can reject it.
Right.
If he decides to appeal, it goes to trial.
Interesting.
Your chances of winning are the same as a lottery ticket, so it's a free lottery ticket.
Well, thank you so much, Gabe, for all of the help throughout the entire trial process. He goes as Culture Brad on YouTube. I'll be linking it down below. He's building
For sure, Brad Kohler, for sure.
This massive documentary on Johhny Somali, and he's released a few clips teasing that.
Okay, so this guy over here is not part of the channel, but he's actually working on a documentary on Johhny Somali. That is very interesting. I'm definitely going to be watching that when it comes out.
A documentary on his channel, so definitely recommend checking that out. Yeah.
And look, I cover stupid things that happen on the internet for a living, and this has gone so far past just...
Okay, so that is called Culture Brad. I'll just subscribe. There's not a lot of people yet, not a lot of videos. But it's interesting. I see Somali here.
Stupid that it's just straight up pathetic. Because for years, the dude thought that just being a burden to society was some sort of weird money glitch. Because essentially, he was just weaponizing the
Money glitch is right.
politeness of polite societies over here in Asia. And Johhny pushed the envelope as far as he could possibly go. But in reality, it seems like things are catching up to him. Because in the long run, you can't expect to just harass people for stream donations and expect to not get any consequences. Regardless though, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. And thank you so much to GamerSubs for helping me and my team members actually go to South Korea multiple times to cover all this. So
Dude, that's epic. I want that live.
Johhny Somali. Well, that's not. So this turd, his name is Johhny Somali. Well, that's not his actual name. His real name is Ramsey. But he hates being called that. So, we're gonna call him that. Now, Ramsey, he's an IRL streamer and just kind of an all-around menace. So let me walk you through.
Let me help me understand. This guy uses AI on his videos, right? Because I see this guy all the time on TikTok. And that's definitely AI, right? Because I was just seeing his fingers. There's no way. That's AI.
All-around menace. So let me walk you through a bunch of the shitty things he has live-streamed himself doing. So he was living in Japan for a while, and one night he gets drunk and he live-streams himself putting on a fake Asian accent, and he starts saying racist things on the subway.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we destroy it because you don't know how to behave. You know Hiroshima and Nagasaki? We're gonna do it again.
And he does this so much, eventually this American guy on the train decides he's had enough, and he confronts him.
You're from America?
Yes.
So am I.
You're from America?
Yeah, you're being obnoxious.
So that incident blows up, and it ends up going super viral, and
that's the thing, right? I don't think it's a good look for especially a guy that's like this popular. This guy has like a channel with millions of followers. He shows up all over my feed on TikTok. He tells all kinds of stories. So yeah, it's not a good look for, I don't know, maybe even if you have to use AI, which I understand if you're making a video every day and you need like images, right? I understand using AI, but like, can it be like maybe a mix of AI and artists, or like maybe have an artist like chime in? I don't know. It looks lazy, right?
not because people think it's so funny. No, they are pissed. Because from that point on, people in Japan start to come up to him on the street to tell him he sucks.
It's me, yeah, what's up? I got a problem with you, bro.
And so Ramsey continues this awful behavior and trolling the people of Japan for several months. And people continue to get upset, and they start finding Ramsey on the street and confronting him.
So what you did is something that is disrespectful for the whole Japanese community. That is why Japan is really, really mad.
The Japanese don't think you are good. Apologize to the Japanese. Come on.
And this forces Ramsey to apologize. Well, enough for them to leave him alone.
I don't hate you guys. I don't hate Japan. I said something a little bit hurtful, and I understand that you guys are mad about it. Even though it was very long ago, you know? I want to come here to enjoy Japan. I want to go to the club. I want to smash some Japanese ladies. I want to party. I want to have a good time.
But of course, this doesn't stop Ramsey, because 2 months later, he enters a construction site wearing a mask, hoping to harass the workers. And of course, the workers don't think this is funny, so they grab him and throw his ass out for trespassing. Now he
was big time in old YouTube. Everyone knew of him back in the day.
At some point, these streams start to get the attention of Japanese police. So now they're on the lookout for him. But old Ramsey doesn't care, because one night he's out with one of his other turd friends, this guy, Gino, and he and Gino film themselves harassing people on the street. But eventually, one of these people being harassed has had enough, and they go and they knock the shit out of Gino.
All you have to say is grab nothing.
Which I can't show you because this platform doesn't allow violence, but trust me, it's awesome. Especially when that same guy then turns around and knocks the shit out of Ramsey. Which I also can't show you, but trust me, you'll love it. But then, he also has another incident where he harasses people in a local restaurant. And I won't get into the details of that, but you get the idea. And it looks like the manager of the place ends up calling the police. And so police, ultimately, they find Ramsey and bam, they arrest him. And he's charged with trespassing for the construction site stuff, and for about 3 weeks, he's detained while Japanese police interrogate him. Now, eventually, the trespassing charge is dropped, and they let him go. But right after they take the cuffs off of him, and they let him out of the jail, they immediately arrest him again, this time for the restaurant incident. So it's kind of like Japanese police are just messing with him the same way he messed with the Japanese people. Well, that's how you f*** around and find out, buddy. So anyway, they detain him for another 3 weeks, and he ends up going to court, and he's found guilty and fined 200,000 yen, or about $1,400 US. He also ultimately gets banned from streaming on Twitch. Good. Oh, but Ramsey isn't done. He has other countries to terrorize. A few months later, he shows up in Israel. And while he's there, he's streaming one night and he gets himself involved in some drama and he gets into a fight.
Yo, what was the problem earlier? What was the problem earlier? Y'all started me, go to jail. Y'all need to go to jail.
Then, on another night, he's at a protest or a demonstration or something, and he decides to harass a female police officer.
Oh, you a bad I swear to God. You a bad I'll take you to dinner. I swear to God, I'll change your life. I'll change your life, baby.
And so police notice him, and bam, he gets detained again. Oh, but it gets worse than that, because he goes to Jerusalem to visit the Western Wall, which is like some kind of sacred place. And of course, Ramsey doesn't care about all that. He just goes there to troll people.
The final one is Harvey Weinstein. I love you so much. You're one of my favorite top Jews.
And so I guess an Israeli officer notices him, and he's like, what the f*** is this guy doing? And so they escort Ramsey away from the wall, and he ultimately gets banned from Jerusalem for 50 days. And he also gets suspended from yet another streaming platform, Kick. And so I guess he just ends up not streaming for a couple of months. But eventually, he shows up again, this time in South Korea. And here, he finds an audience on another really trashy streaming platform called Rumble. But
trashy!
This time, he streams himself with the Comfort Woman statue, which is a bronze statue of a woman. It's on public display. So he's streaming and he sits down next to it and he like kisses this statue.
I stand with the Korean people. I love Korea. Everything that I did in Japan was for the Korean and the Chinese people.
Which may not seem like that big a deal, but here's the thing about the Comfort Woman statue. This statue specifically represents the Korean women who were forced by Japanese soldiers during World War II to be sex slaves. So kissing it is just weird and in bad taste. And of course, Ramsey is a human turd, so he's got to take this even further. So he goes and he prints out a screenshot of him kissing the statue.
Amazing, beautiful. Thank you guys. Thank you. Oh my God.
And he walks around taunting people with it.
Hi guys, you want to look at this photo? Is this a good photo? You like this photo? No. No?
And then, the next time he sees one of these Comfort Woman statues, because there are more than one, he takes it even further than that. He puts baby oil on himself, and he gropes it while playing a f***ing Diddy song. And understandably, all of this really starts to piss Korean people off. And he starts getting threats from the Koreans, just like he did with the Japanese. But whatever, he doesn't care. He continues on with his antics because this guy will do anything for views. Like one night he gets really drunk and he live streams himself at a convenience store where he just like makes a scene.
Azakel, did you see the part where there was like a crowdfunding for people to go and punch him in the face? People would like look him up and try to find where he is and actually like hit him. So he got hit in the face while on camera several times.
Bro is just terrible. Now at this point,
right? It's so smart. It's so smart. Where can I donate is exactly right.
Live streams of him harassing the Comfort Woman, they've all blown up around Korea, and they've made even more Koreans mad at him. To the point where Korean citizens are just like jumping him on the street. Like he'll be out on a public street streaming and someone will run up to him and just sucker punch him right in the face.
Yeah,
and
just
by the way,
like that, just like that.
Something interesting to notice about this footage is that if you pause it, you can see that he already has bandages on his face where someone else sucker punched.
We haven't heard of his cameraman getting charged, but obviously he's not alone in the sense that he has a crew with him. But the bad stuff is Somali that does them. So it's probably, and they're not as dumb as he is. So even if they do get charged with something, they probably like leave the country, and they actually apologize.
Punched him at a different time. And also, just for fun, here's footage of a different Korean guy trying to jump him, and here's footage of Ramsey being chased away. Now, I don't champion violence or anything, but I gotta say, this is pretty glorious. Now, eventually, so many people are after him that Korean police have to take Ramsey into custody for his own safety. And then, suddenly, bam, they ban him from leaving South Korea while they investigate the accusations against him for the stuff he did in the convenience store, and I guess there was like a drug charge that someone called in as well. So they're investigating all that. And now, he is stuck in that country for an indefinite...
Hank, his Korean buddy, was not even there for the final sentencing. I think Hank gave up on him.
amount of time. And it looks like he's facing up to 10 years in prison for all these charges. Meanwhile, they force him to give an apology for harassing the Comfort Woman statue.
I want to apologize to the Korean people. I was not aware of the significance of the statue. I was trying to get entertainment from my audience.
And by the way, if you're wondering, Ray, why would someone go to other countries and harass people and act like such human garbage? Well, to be fair, he's pretty straightforward about why.
I just don't get it, bro. Like, you're gonna come up to me, bro, why are you being racist to other people in other countries? Why are you bullying people in other countries? For money.
For clout. I've said it many times. I don't give a I have no morals. I'm a sociopath. I don't give a at all. Put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a I care about nobody but my self.
Here's to hoping he gets sentenced to prison for a long time.
Yeah. One can hope. Oh, remember the massager? Remember that, guys? Yeah. Anyway. So here's where he gets sentenced to 6 months, but I think I want to go straight to the one where he gets double time, because this was 9 hours ago. Oh, sorry.
Detention time in Korea may double as his victim, Bong Bong, is ready to drop an appeal. We're going to get into that today on The Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney. This is a Fast Facts video, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. So, as you guys know, Johhny, Somali, Ramsey, Khalid, Ismail, the Cabbage Boy, was found guilty on all charges in Seoul, South Korea.
Guilty for all charges.
Sentenced to 6 months in prison with labor. He also received an additional 20 days of detention on top of that, and he has 5 years of offender status and also had his phones permanently confiscated. Now, we have been calling for and pushing for an appeal, and the prosecution has 7 days from that verdict, from that sentencing, to actually pursue an appeal and ask for a longer sentence. There's now 5 days remaining, and we have some big news as we come towards and up to that deadline. But before I get into that news, make sure you guys have got your cabbage plushies. They are still available now. You can get them absolutely. So Somali's victim, Bong Bong, is indeed the one that is turning the tables on him. And for those that don't know, Bong Bong, who she goes by Bong Bong IRL, is a streamer, and she's one of the streamers that interacted with Johhny Somali when he was first in Korea. And that was a point at which we didn't know how Johhny Somali was going to go, what type of content he was going to make, because Johhny Somali oscillates. He goes between making wildly offensive content to actually making pretty tame, chill content. So there's points at which...
You read double detention as double... Oh, yo, he should get that too.
In Johhny Somali's career, where he actually tried to be a normal human being and tried to actually make kind of okay, all right, just perfectly fine, non-offensive IRL content. And there was a point at which when he interacted with Bong Bong IRL, they made pretty decent content. There was nothing crazy or offensive about it. But the problem is that he took scenes like this, scenes where they were just together hanging out, and transformed them into sexual deepfakes. He did this with multiple footage and scenes with her and showed those on his live streams. And we have one example here where he claims she is his girlfriend.
Look at this. Let me show you my girlfriend. You want to see my girlfriend? Look at this. I have a Korean girlfriend. I don't know why you guys want to attack me. Even I have a Korean girlfriend. She's a streamer. Bong Bong IRL, this is my girlfriend. I have a girlfriend, this is my girlfriend. Bong Bong IRL. I have a Korean girlfriend. Why are you attacking me?
And this is a massive problem because, first of all, after this, he goes on after this and shows these deepfakes where they're making out, where they're kissing, etc. And he plays those for everybody and represents that. And it's a time at which he was attacking the Comfort Woman statue, which represented underage children in Korea. So at a time in which he was assaulting this, he was making moves that were provocative, vile, and knowingly, by the way, he knew that that statue represented underage children, and he went up and did things to it, made references to Diddy, Epstein, etc. All of those things, poured baby oil on the statue. He was doing that and then using Bong Bong as a shield. So Bong Bong was getting a lot of hate, a lot of vitriol, a lot of stuff directed at her based on her association with Johhny Somali. So she got an insane amount of hate, pushback, and all this other stuff from Koreans because she was a Korean that was associating with Johhny Somali. And that was
can you imagine? Because of deepfakes?
Was absolutely horrible. It was a hell for her, and she never wanted to go through that again. So what she did was she filed a deepfake charge against him, and that indeed was one that he was convicted on. There were two separate deepfake charges, and one of which, as you see here, was Bong Bong, and Bong Bong indeed got...
Because remember, in the video that we just saw, when they told his final sentencing, it didn't seem like the deepfakes were put as much value on them, on those charges, because of the consequences weren't so bad. Well, it seems like the consequences were indeed pretty bad for this streamer, right? So maybe the appeal included how bad it really was for her.
That conviction. Now, one thing is, people were saying, okay, well, how did she feel about this? Well, you can see kind of when she went to court how she presented, because we have this this response here, and this is actually from after her court date.
Final lawyer, the court judge asked, do you want him to be punished? So I say yes, because of all the thing I experienced, get through, something like that. That's what I said.
So you can see here, Bong Bong, she's not displaying a lot of emotion. She's kind of serious. And a lot of people took that with her as saying, okay, well, you know, she's not deeply, deeply hurt by that. But she indeed was hurt by that. And she was so hurt, she hired a lawyer to go ahead and intervene in this case and actually push for an extreme punishment. And after the verdict, we now have, just now, breaking news that that lawyer indeed, and that lawyer representing Bong Bong, has said they are not satisfied with that, and the excuse that they gave, that she would...
I don't know though, see. I think I would consider him a real criminal after all that I've seen him do, you know? And I'm not even someone that has been following him for a long time, so I would call him a real criminal. And he's a danger because the way that he talks, he seems to have absolutely no empathy for other people. And that is extremely concerning. That by itself would not make him a criminal, obviously, but definitely a danger to society.
Was not sad enough, was not okay. So I'm going to read this statement from attorney Lee Don-ho of the Nova Law Firm. This is Bong Bong's attorney. So he says, victim's position on the first instance verdict of Johhny Somali. The law firm Nova, as legal representative of the victim in the Johhny Somali deepfake digital sex crime case, the violation of an act on the punishment of sexual violent crimes, distribution of false video, this is Bong Bong's attorney, states its position as follows. On April 15th, the Western District Court found Johhny Somali, real name Ramzi Khalid Ismail, guilty on all charges, including obstruction of business and violation of the Sexual Violence Punishment Act, distribution of false video footage, sentenced him to 6 months in prison and ordered his immediate arrest. The immediate arrest of the perpetrator is a significant outcome. The court's clarification that repeated offenses were committed against an unspecified number of people for the purpose of YouTube profit and a degree of disregard for domestic legal order is serious, and it's a clear message that it will not tolerate acts of generating profit by trampling on the characters of others with provocative content. However, and here's the important caveat, it is regrettable that while the court found the defendant guilty of violating the act on the punishment of violence, the distribution of false video material, guys, that means the deepfake charge, it ruled during the sentencing that the victim does not appear to feel humiliation. The fact that the victim, that's Bong Bong, responded composedly should not be interpreted to mean there was no humiliation. This logic can send a false message to deepfake victims that they must actively express their suffering to have their victimization acknowledged. And I believe the lower sentence compared to the prosecutor's request, 3 years imprisonment, is not unrelated to this. As a result of consultation with the victim, once again, Bong Bong, we have decided to submit a written opinion requesting an appeal to the competent prosecutor's office. Considering the impact of the court's judgment regarding humiliation will have on sentencing guidelines for future cases, we believe that a ruling from a higher court is absolutely necessary. I hope this ruling will serve as an opportunity to further raise social awareness regarding the infringement of personal rights and deepfake crimes committed using online platforms. As the victim's legal representative, the law firm Nova will faithfully assist in the appeal process and do its utmost to ensure that Johhny Somali receives just punishment commensurate with his crimes. And I could not agree more. So what does this mean in practicality? They're pushing for an appeal. They're actually going to be advocating for that. And when the victim is advocating for an appeal, not just the public, not just people that are interested in this going forward from the outside, like myself and others, but someone who's on the inside with one of the key charges here, this is a massive push for them to actually appeal. So let's assume that they do appeal. The prosecutor does take this recommendation and go to appeal. This can potentially mean double detention under the Korean Criminal Procedures Act. So let me explain this to you. We already have a sentence of 6 months in prison. Now I put a little asterisk there because technically it's 6 months in prison with labor. So that's him working in a factory or cleaning up the prison toilets. That's going to happen for 6 months. He's also got another 20 days detention. So it's really 6 months and 20 days, but let's call it 6 months in prison. On top of that, the court or the criminal procedure allows for another 6 months of custody, up to another 6 months of custody for the first appeal. So just the first appeal, and I'm not going to complicate this by getting into Supreme Court appeals because he can be retained and detained for even longer for the Supreme Court. But just for the first appeal, he can be detained another 6 months. So that effectively will double his sentence to 12 months, 1 year in custody. That would be absolutely grand if they can just go ahead and double that.
And that's just one of the appeals, because I feel like there's several ones, and I think them included, the Legal Mindset channel also has put in their own appeal, which they mentioned there were still 5 days left to get an answer on.
So the appeal itself might take 9 months, it might take a year, and they can hold him for that time. And I think that would be absolutely justified and absolutely grand. So here's my judgment. Prosecutors now have overwhelming cause to file an appeal. There's absolutely no reason why they should not or would not file an appeal, and I do expect that to happen in the next week. Also, this appeal doubling at a minimum the amount of time Johhny Somali is detained. So this is just assuming that there's an appeal and they don't even win the appeal. But what happens if they win the appeal? Let's say they go back, they appeal it, and he gets 2 years or 3 years. That would be grand, because then they've effectively done a 3x, 4x, 6x, whatever of the time that he was sentenced. So not 6 months, but let's say 2 years, 3 years. That would be awesome if they win. But even if they don't win, they double it at a minimum, and I like those odds. Somali had a plan to blackmail Bong Bong. He actually called it his Uno reverse. But now Bong Bong has done an Uno reverse back to his reverse and hit him with plus 6 months.
Yo, yes.
She is key to keep.
He was going to blackmail her? That's crazy.
Months. She is key to keeping him there for longer, and that lawyer and Bong Bong working together to submit that written appeal to push the prosecutor's office is key. So if you guys can support Bong Bong in this and leave a little positivity for her to encourage her to do that, we all want to see Johhny Somali in there for a just period of time, and the majority of people think 6 months is not enough. So
was my browser going crazy. Okay, so Johhny Somali
we have a new put it on my
Oh, you're so small.
Why am I so small? Yeah, so how?
Oh, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out.
Yo, you.
So he was actually making it like a collab, basically, with one of the maybe, I don't know how famous she is, but a bigger content creator in Korea.
hell? All right, so a few days ago, I was sent footage of Johhny Somali that has been removed from the internet. This is footage from before he got punched in the alley, before he went infamous or viral, if you will. And during that
Is it true that Wings of Redemption slapped his wife? Dude, what a small world.
time, not a lot of people were clipping his streams. And there is a lot of interesting stuff in here. But going through Johhny's stream minute by minute is completely mentally exhausting. So I asked you guys if you would be interested in watching this type of content. So I did a poll. There was over 5,000 votes and 89% of you guys said yes. So here we are.
I don't have 5,000 people in my
polls. It was a 4-hour segment that I thoroughly combed through and brought you only the best parts. And it's of the time that Johhny Somali and Bong Bong met. Now, this video is incredibly hilarious. She roasts the living shit out of him. She humiliates him and treats him like a lolcow, and he's not even realizing it. He's actually going to try to use this as evidence to exonerate himself from the deepfake case, and it's not going to work out. I'm just letting you know in advance. Without further ado, let's get started. The first clip is of him being completely paranoid that she's gonna call the cops.
Try to see who's inside.
Yeah, let's go.
Is it set up?
Where is it?
Is police there?
What's the matter? Let's go.
What's the matter? Let's go.
Who's over here?
I can call the police, but let's go.
Go to police for what?
No. I can't call the police for
Somebody
what?
lost the plot? Bro, Ben lost the plot.
Whatever I need, okay.
Whatever I need, not you.
What? Why would you need the police?
Yeah, there's no person who call the police other than me.
Why do I not have a talking fish? Would you guys rather I be a talking fish? Is that what's going on here? Should I be a talking fish instead of what's going on over here? Huh? Is that what you guys prefer?
She's going to, but everybody, my whole chat say you're gonna call cop on me. Everybody's saying.
Maybe.
What?
What's the matter? Like everybody calling a cop all the time.
No.
Calling a police on you, right?
In Korea?
Yeah.
No. Never. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want no police.
Well, I should be holding a fish.
Is that a big news?
No, because then I'd be doing like a Johhny Somali thing, right?
Station?
It's big, but it's not a big deal.
Oh, you guys want a creature of the sea?
Yeah.
You guys want a creature of the sea? Here you go.
Who cares?
So at this time, Johhny Somali was not arrested yet. He was making the news, but not that much. And you can clearly hear him say, who cares if I kiss the statue? Now, she's going to explain him exactly why he should care, but still, that's not going to...
I don't understand people trying their best to educate this boy. I think we have gotten to the point, even at this point where he was in Korea, that we know that this boy is uneducatable. All right? You cannot educate this man. All right? It is about damn near impossible to educate a man like this. It is a futile effort to try to help Johhny Somali. Trust me, people have tried to do it before, and it is just a futile effort. There is no reason in the world to try to help out Johhny Somali. It would be kind of weird if he did dress up as Chucky embezzlement cheese.
Gonna stop him.
It's not a big deal, right?
The Korean people hate it.
Older people care? Young people don't care, right?
They care.
Really?
They hate it because you know the girl.
Yeah.
Yuki is one who harassed by Japanese army, which is why he cares. Which is why it's a matter. She's a girl from like Japanese people, and then you kiss her.
In the next clip, Johhny Somali vandalized his house by putting baby oil on a handle, leaving a bottle of baby oil, and making a fake wanted poster for another streamer that goes by Joel. Take a look at this.
Why did you use a...
I think he can be educated. That's already a damn delusional statement, but let me continue on. Getting him to respect is different. Baby, oh yeah, Demolly. Johhny Diddy.
Do we have the full thing? Maybe, maybe not.
in the face, then he's gonna be sitting there like,
Joel, open the door, Joel.
So another stream.
bro, you see how he runs up the stairs? Bro, that nigga is so, oh my, he has to be like 4'11". That's a full 4'11" right there. That's a midget run right there. Oh my.
Threatened to call the cops on him. As soon as she said that, he started running for the hill.
What? Tyler, that is like bootlicker behavior, bro. Like, come on, dog.
Dad, go. I'm gonna call the police on you. Yeah. Don't make a noise. Get out.
So now the chat is going to start warning her that Somali might try to grape her, if you know what I mean. And you'll see later on in the video that it's quite possible that he had those intentions.
Longy tipped $4.20. Somali wants to.
It's gonna be the 8th. Oh.
No, bro. All of No.
Longy tipped $4.20.
Like someone you exploit for content, because he's about to change his shirt and she's gonna call him out for smelling horrible. There has been a lot of—
oh, I know that boy smells like Funyun rings. That boy smells rank. He has his own specific pheromone, unscented by man. I was like,
smell bad?
That's okay.
I smell bad?
No. She smelled your cologne and she was like, oh my God. It's driving me crazy. I have to look away because
I'm wearing this jacket in the heat all day. You gonna get used to it. We about it.
She's like, get out.
Okay, now she's overreacting. She's overreacting now. No, you're.
If anything, I think she's underreacting. I want to be honest here. I feel like she's underreacting.
Oh, get out. Oh, I'm gonna get out.
She left the car.
No, you playing too much. You playing too much shot. I swear to God, she playing.
She had to escape. Oh, she had to escape. Yeah, look at her sniffing his little armpits. This nasty ass motherfucker. What? Look at her turn it to goo.
That stench must be horrifying. Now, of course, more viewers were trying to warn her.
Anonymous tipped $3.33. This black racist going to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. What was that?
Thank you for warning me.
In the next clip, he's downplaying what he did in Japan.
It's an octopus. He's called Crack. Because he's in my front crack.
He's trying to simplify it to, oh, he just said a couple bad things in a train, which we all know that's not the case.
Oh, you said something bad in the train. I don't give a f. Move on. That was a year and a half ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sus, the girl in the karaoke. Ice got a gay hand in Japan. These people do a lot of bad stuff. You know what I mean?
The next,
I hate that he compares. It's like Stalin saying, "So what? So what if I killed a couple of my citizens? Did you see what Hitler did? Did you see what Hitler did?"
Yeah, it's like a mix of Kraken with the front crack.
Why are you coming after me just because I killed a couple of my citizens? It's like, bro, just because someone else did bad doesn't mean you doing bad is a better thing. Like, what? Like, what? Oh my God, this boy. Oh my God.
Clip is so incredibly creepy. And I just want to advise to all the women out there, if you ever see a guy that's looking at you like that, run.
Oh yeah, you know that wig is unwashed.
What is it, Diddy?
Diddy?
Diddy is like me. It's me. It's my role model. He's a famous rapper in America.
That's why you look like that.
We look the same.
No, let me.
Maybe today is some P. Diddy content tonight.
She side-eyed. She's like, is this a sign? Maybe. Like, chat, is he?
Yeah, fantastic. I think you're absolutely right about that. He doesn't look very strong to me.
About a hello?
Today is some P. Diddy content tonight.
She's like, help.
Get out.
Please, I didn't know.
Second.
Nah, you lock him up. Lock him up. Throw away the key. Smoke the key into a damn piece of jewelry or some shit. I don't know. Don't ever let this one go. Oh my God. That look alone is 30 years.
She asked, what is B. Diddy? What are we gonna show? You're gonna show her. We'll have to show her, chat.
And this is why I'm telling you guys, it was pure torture watching this unedited, chopping it down and then editing it, because this guy is incredibly creepy.
So small? Yeah, so how can I rape anybody? I'm tiny. What the okay, I think we're back now. I think we're back
Dennis
now.
Rodman?
I never raped nobody. I'm telling her everybody she hang out with, not me, bro.
This video before, and I have also put it on my channel before. So I don't know, is there new shit that we have?
Okay, Johhny Somali gets humiliated in secret leaked video. Let's hope it's still up. Because I want to go directly into this instead of going through comments.
Let's go, monkey!
Yo!
Let's go, monkey! Oh no, she didn't.
Why you are so small?
Why am I so small? Yeah, so how?
If you would be interested in watching this type of content. So I did a poll, there was over 5,000 votes, and 89% of you guys.
This is why it's so matter.
I smell bad?
No, it's okay.
I got it. I smell bad. Sorry, I'm wearing this jacket in the heat all day.
$3.33. This black racist going to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You saying thank you that I don't know. Oh, like me, it's me. It's my.
And this is why I'm telling you guys, it was pure torture watching this unedited, treating him like a lolcow.
Why you are so small?
Why am I so small? Yeah, so how can I rape anybody? I'm tiny. What the okay, I think we're back now. I think we're back now, guys. We're back live.
Oh, good.
I never raped nobody. I'm telling her everybody she hang out with, not me, bro. Like, what the fuck? She hang out, all her friends is Asian women drivers the worst. Asian, you're gonna die.
I'm sorry.
Yo, we're gonna die.
Sorry.
Never trust Asian drivers. You ever seen Family Guy? I go now. I turn now. Asian women drivers the worst, guys.
There's so many cars and we can't wait that.
So keep in mind that the judge in his case is a woman, so that is not going to play.
Is it possible that maybe since he's alone with a girl, that maybe he's just not the same guy as we see when he's like walking the streets with his crew? Is that possible? Because this is like a collab between two streamers, right? And he's there having to film himself. I feel like he's probably not the same guy.
Well for him, especially if she sees clips like this where he's insulting Asian women, saying that they can't drive. So yeah, once again, Johhny, you're just burying yourself. Now the next clip is pretty disturbing. Bong Bong reveals that she has a condom. She doesn't want to use it on him, but somehow he thinks that
Feels like that's everyone? No, I don't think so. I think, like for example, I used to get bullied a lot in school in the island of Madeira when I lived there. And they really didn't like foreigners, right? So I was like a double foreigner to them. I was not only like not from the island, but I was also a foreigner from another country. So they really didn't like me. And I had this one kid in school that bullied me over and over and over again. And he was my biggest bully, right? And there was one school trip that my teacher took only him and me on, right? And he was a totally different guy. He was a totally different guy when he was out with just me and the teacher. Like, he was actually nice to me, right? A complete 180. And that's what I'm seeing right here. That's what this is making me think about.
it's going to be used for something else.
I mean, nothing changed later, right? Back in school, he was exactly the same bully as I always had known. But during that school trip, he was just a nice, normal guy.
He really thinks he's getting lucky.
Why would you take the condom in your motel? You have it with you?
Yeah.
Why did you bring it with you? Why?
Because it's free.
Because it's free. Who are you gonna use it with? Who are you gonna use it with?
Don't think you use it only for dick.
Only for. There's a way for women to use condom.
Yeah, maybe if you don't have a.
Don't have a what?
Dude, it's not happening. Read the room. She said you smelled terrible. She called you small. You're not getting laid. If you want more proof, take a look at the next clip. She's asking him to act
I don't
like...
think it's 20-year-olds who is kind of streamers the same situation. I think he's still a guy at the end of the day, right? And he's young and not very smart. I feel like it could very well be the same situation. Yes, he's streaming. Yes, he has an audience that he has to perform for, but he's not with his crew. He's not with his boys. He feels like he's been, you know, left in enemy territory. You know, he feels like he has to perform not only for his audience, but potentially for this girl as well, right? So I can kind of see it being a similar scenario where he's just not as crazy as he usually would be.
A monkey, and of course, him being a total degenerate lolcow, he does it because he's just so desperate for attention.
Guys, you want to see the other angle looking Bong Bong's through?
Yeah.
Now
no, I'm gonna film you. Yeah.
Go ahead. Now I'm really monkey.
Let's go. Let's go, monkey.
Yo, what the fuck? I can't jump to that.
Let's go.
Go. Yo, is this deep here?
You say that you're jumping.
I'm scared. If I might break my head, I'm scared.
Okay.
Oh, what is this?
What?
Ah! Ah! It's cold.
Oh, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What a
He's actually being like a funny guy. Like he's not trolling and making people's lives miserable.
Now I wonder what his parents would have to say about this. They'll be like, son, what are you doing? You're literally acting like a monkey for clout. How?
Dude, this is nothing. This is literally nothing. Like an ass clown energy, there's nothing wrong with that. And yeah, he's just being like silly, right? I don't actually see any issue with that. He's like talking about, the narrator's talking about his parents being ashamed of him. Like, I don't even see that. When it comes to like being a nuisance in public and like making fun of people and making racist jokes and like disrespecting like people's culture, like that is horrible, right? This is nothing.
Pathetic are you? Don't you have any self-worth? Don't you have any self-respect? Obviously, the answer is no. It has
I don't see the issue here when it comes to like the self-respect thing.
always been no. Now there's so much more footage. But before that, let me just ask you a favor. Please subscribe to the channel. Footage.
Because he thinks they're gonna arrest me now that I go in the news.
No.
Now police is coming.
So you know what they say, hindsight is 20/20. Well, maybe he should have listened to his moderator and left Korea while he could. Now I wonder what would have happened. Where else would he have went? I think he was talking about.
So this was all pretty normal. I think it ended on good terms. But what happened afterwards was that he used footage from this collab, essentially, and made deep fakes of her like kissing him, and I think there's like sexual acts as well. And that is what he's getting. Yeah, that's one of the biggest accusations that he faced.
Going to the Netherlands or Germany, he would have probably got arrested there as well. One thing's for sure, wherever Johhny Somali goes, he gets arrested.
It's my first time in Korea, hopefully not my last. I don't want to get banned from the country. If I go to jail, I'm going to call you, or actually I have another friend.
No, don't call me. Call lawyer.
Okay,
don't call me, call lawyer.
Still not understanding that they're not friends. You have no chance whatsoever, dude. You are a lolcow, and right now she's milking you for content, which is what everybody does. You have always been and will always be a lolcow. Now, once again, he's trying to minimize his crimes, but he's the only one who believes that.
But you didn't do anything.
Nothing
like,
wrong. Nothing wrong.
But you did some like controversy. But so far so good.
What a TTS. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Statue kiss. Oh my god. It's not even that bad.
So I want you to keep in mind, you can't find this video anywhere online. It has been removed from the internet, and that's why many of us haven't seen this. And it really shows how much of a stupid lolcow he is, because in the next clip, she shoves a dirty coin up his nose.
I'm not putting my mouth in
It's on your
in my nose.
I think.
What the are you doing? You trying to put inside my nose?
No, not inside of your nose.
What are you
He is, yeah. Yeah, he's been arrested.
doing? Yo!
I was like, oh my god, oh
You trying to put it inside my nostril, bro?
so press.
What is this? You don't.
Press, Johhny, on your nose.
Wow, you're in America.
Oh.
No, not like that. Look, like this.
Hey, no, don't touch my hands. It's not working. It's not.
I'm showing you how to dap someone up. Why are you making it?
I'm sorry. Yeah, in Korea it's
To touch someone's hand?
yeah.
What the? I'm trying to show you how to dap somebody up. Korea is crazy, bro.
Yeah, Shark.
How is that?
Touching women is a very, very serious.
It's a handshake.
In the next clip, he admits that if he tries to kiss her, he's going to jail. And this is really important stuff, because he's going to try to use this as exonerating evidence. Meanwhile, I would say it's incriminating evidence. It shows that they were not friends whatsoever. They just did one live stream together and that's it. She didn't want to touch him. She thought he smelled like shit. She thought he was small, and she was using him as a lolcow. Take a look at this.
Honey, get the W and kiss her. If I kiss her, I'm going to jail, bro. Show them this shit.
Show them this shit.
Kiss her is a big L. That's what homeless.
What am I gonna do
got
with it?
sued, nigga. I get the suit, Jeff.
Now, as if he wasn't humiliated enough already, she asked him to climb a branch, and of course he did it, because once again, the guy's desperate.
Hang.
I'm struggling for this shit. How did you hang on to this?
It's too weak.
This is potentially a collab that never went public, but this came out 8 months ago. I think the footage came from a stream that got taken down right away, or maybe stuff that didn't get uploaded. The thing is, this is her perspective, so it must come from her side. I believe he was also recording, but we don't have that side.
Go up.
Like a monkey.
Go up.
I think it's leaked.
Like this?
Yeah.
She's not actually impressed with anything he does, dude.
He's gonna break.
She's just laughing.
She's gonna break.
What a weird humiliation ritual he's participating in. Now, in the next clip, he says that when he cannot stream, he feels extremely depressed. And keep in mind that he hasn't streamed in months because Hank won't let him. So imagine how depressed he feels now.
You never had depression before?
I know or what?
So when I feel depressed, I cannot stream.
Why did you?
I don't know. I feel because I got banned from Kick permanently, and
No.
I focused 1 year in Kick only.
And then banned.
I don't build YouTube, TikTok. I only focus Kick.
Understand.
I lose Kick, I'm sad.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
So eventually she was able to get rid of him. Now, of course, after that, he made multiple deep fakes and he got arrested for that. He is facing very serious charges because of these deep fakes, and he will use this as evidence. He's going to try to convince the judge that they were friends. At least that's what my source told me. Anyways, that's it for the video. Thanks so much for watching.
All right, guys. So I feel like he was a totally different person here, though. I really do see that. It's just him and her, and there's some flirting happening from his side only, obviously. So yeah, we got a little bit of an insight on the Somali case. It looks like, if you guys weren't here the entire time, it looks like the sentencing that happened a few days ago was for 6 months in prison, as well as hard labor, so things like cleaning or factory work. And then it is very possible that he will get at least another 6 months on top of that, if not more. And we will know more in a few days about that. All right, guys, we're going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go over to the Discord to have my community night that I have every single... so where is he locked up? In South Korea. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, in Seoul. I don't know more specific details than that, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to go over to the Discord to have my community night. I do this every single Saturday. So I'll see you guys over there. Or also tomorrow I have a collab with One Buff Weeb. So keep an eye out on that. I believe it will be on his channel, not mine. So that's gonna be over around what is it, 3 p.m. EST? That's what we agreed on. So 3 p.m. EST on his channel. We're gonna be doing a collab. I'll be over there. We're gonna be chatting about either probably like clavicular stuff, like manosphere as he calls it. So that's what we're gonna be doing tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST over on his channel. So keep an eye out on that. I'll definitely mention it either on here, on my channel, at least in a post, or on Twitter, Discord, things like that. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys around. Let me go see who I can redirect to. Let's see. We have Hero Queen. We don't have anybody. We ain't got anybody. Nobody's on. What? What? Nobody's on? Alright, well, that's it then. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys soon. Bye, everyone. If you are not on the Discord, there is a link in the description as well as on my channel. So, no coin flips today. I guess not. Not today. We try to redirect every time, but I guess I'm just not following enough people. That definitely has to change. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.